After a slow start, Hyundai's IONIQ 6 sedan, a streamlined sporty electric four-door that looks like little else on the road today, is finally getting a bit of attention following a significant price cut. The entry-level SE standard range now costs $38,615, down $4,100 from 2023. Made in Korea, the IONIQ 6 shares a platform and powertrain with the popular Hyundai IONIQ 5 electric crossover. It doesn't offer the same cargo capacity or rear seat space, but it provides a refreshing new look compared to the IONIQ 5's boxy SUV styling. With up to 361 miles of driving range, 270 with all-wheel drive, the IONIQ 6 is a midsize sedan with the roominess of a larger model. Because most automakers continue to favor crossover EVs over sedans, the IONIQ 6 has few direct rivals. Competitors include the Tesla Model 3 sedan, Ford Mustang Mach E coupe-like crossover, Polestar 2 hatchback sedan, and BMW i4 sedan. Overall, the IONIQ 6 is longer than any other electric sedan in its price range, and only the wider and taller Mach E has more total passenger space. The Model 3's price has been cut, bringing it out of luxury territory and closer to the Mach E, but both are built in North America, and thus qualify for a federal clean vehicles tax credit, which lowers their price compared to the IONIQ 6. The BMW and Polestar cost more than the IONIQ 6 and, like it, don't qualify for the federal tax credit because they are built overseas. The only areas in which the IONIQ 6 falls short is in cargo space and horsepower. But none of these EVs were exempting the Mustang Mach E GT and BMW i4 M50 performance models from the competition or marketed as racers. And for mainstream drivers, the IONIQ 6's comfort and reliability matters more than sheer power. Positives: great driving range in rear-wheel drive models. Class-leading efficiency. Modern exterior design. Considerations: many functions must be controlled via touchscreen. Tight rear headroom. Less trunk space than in competitors. Verdict: the 5-seat 2024 Hyundai IONIQ 6 electric sedan has striking looks and decent power and range. It offers an alternative to the current flood of electric SUVs, but it unfortunately doesn't qualify for a federal tax credit. What's new for 2024? After a late introduction for the 2023 model year, the Hyundai IONIQ 6 electric sedan carries forward unchanged. Trims and pricing. The 2024 Hyundai IONIQ 6 is available in 4 trim levels: SE Standard Range, SE Long Range, SEL, and Limited. The IONIQ 6 comes standard with front-wheel drive, while the upper 3 trims are available with electronic all-wheel drive, a package that adds a front motor, boosting total horsepower but reducing range. There are 5 standard, no-cost exterior colors: black, green, red, silver, and silver blue, plus a Serenity white option. Gravity Gold Matte is available for the SEL and Limited trims. Because it is built in South Korea, the IONIQ 6 is not eligible for the federal clean vehicle tax credit, but it can qualify for various state and local EV incentives. The SE Long Range is the popular model, and it earns our recommendation as well. We'll tell you why below. SE Standard Range. The base SE Standard Range starts at $38,615, including a $1,115 destination fee. It has a smaller battery, less power, and less range than the other trims. Standard equipment includes 18-inch alloy wheels, LED headlights and taillights, black exterior trim, heated exterior mirrors, LED turn signals, a power-operated trunk lid, LED interior lighting, black cloth upholstery, a power-adjustable driver's seat, heated front seats, a 12.3-inch digital instrument and driver info screen, a 12.3-inch color infotainment touchscreen with voice recognition, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatibility both wired, and Hyundai's Smart Cruise Control with stop-and-go functionality. SE Long Range. Starting at $43,565, the SE Long Range trim is equipped the same as the standard but has considerably more power and range and uses an energy-saving heat pump for the climate control system. We recommend the SE long-range trim because it provides the maximum range up to 361 miles with the same power and handling characteristics and the same full-featured suite of basic driver assist and safety technology as the upper rear-wheel drive trims. SEL. The SEL starts at $46,365 and adds 20-inch alloy wheels which decrease range, along with faux leather upholstery in black or gray, an auto-dimming rearview mirror with HomeLink, wireless phone charging, speed-sensitive LED ambient lighting for the dash and door areas, a digital key system, and smart cruise control that can learn to mimic individual driving styles. Limited. The $51,265 limited trim gets all of the SEL features and adds gloss black exterior trim, rain-sensing windshield wipers, a glass sunroof, a power-adjustable front passenger seat, ventilated front seats, driver's seat memory settings, and a premium 8-speaker Bose audio system. It also comes with Hyundai's vehicle-to-load power takeoff system that lets you use the battery to run 110-volt electrical appliances, power tools, and entertainment equipment. Battery and performance. The 2024 Hyundai IONIQ 6 is available in several rear and all-wheel drive configurations, starting with the base SE standard range's 53 kWh battery and single motor, rear-wheel drive system offering 149 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque. All other rear-wheel drive versions, the SE Long Range, SEL, and Limited, use a 77.4 kWh battery and a single 225 horsepower motor rated at the same 258 pound-feet of torque. All-wheel drive variants add a motor to the front axle to drive the front wheels, boosting total output to 320 horsepower and a stump pulling 446 pound-feet. In all configurations, power is delivered via a single-speed reduction gear and modulated somewhat by 5 selectable drive modes. Eco reduces power and accelerator response to minimize battery drain. Normal is for everyday driving. Sport provides quicker pedal response and tighter steering. Snow manages torque to avoid spinning tires on slippery surfaces. And Custom lets drivers tweak things to their own preferences. IONIQ 6 drivers can use steering wheel-mounted paddles to set different degrees of regenerative braking. The quickest IONIQ 6 trims dual motor. All-wheel drive with 320 horsepower can run from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 5.1 seconds, per Hyundai. That's on par with the Ford Mustang Mach E Premium AWD. It is sprightly but not blistering. That's reserved for the likes of the Tesla Model 3 Performance at 3.1 seconds, the BMW i4 M50 at 3.7 seconds, and the Polestar 2 Performance at 3.9 seconds. On the road, the IONIQ 6 is smooth, quiet, and comfortable, although the 20-inch wheels aren't as forgiving on really rough roads as the 18-inchers. It does well in corners, thanks to its low center of gravity, but the SEL and Limited trims we tested exhibited a bit of body lean when cornering at speed. The IONIQ 6's aerodynamic shape helps it slip through the air instead of being buffeted by it, which makes for a smooth, stable drive. Braking is linear without the mushiness that sometimes occurs in the switchover from regenerative to hydraulic braking. Steering is responsive but not particularly communicative. Parking is fairly easy, with no significant blind spots. A backup camera with guidelines is standard across the lineup. The Model 3 is quicker, and all the likely competitors are more fun to drive hard, but the IONIQ 6 is the quietest of the bunch and arguably the best choice for comfort. Range and charging time. The coefficient of drag CD is the engineer's way of measuring resistance and, after battery capacity, has a lot to do with an EV's range. The IONIQ 6's CD of 0.22 with 18-inch wheels is down there. Lower is better with the Porsche Taycan and Lucid Air, cars that cost twice as much. IONIQ 6 models with 20-inch wheels have a higher, but still good, CD of 0.25. Think Audi e-tron Sportback and BMW i4. The 2024 IONIQ 6 boasts the longest range and best energy efficiency in the competitive segment, and also has the best efficiency average across the entire lineup. The base SE standard range uses a 53 kWh battery and can deliver 240 miles of range, according to Environmental Protection Agency (EPA) estimates. With the 77.4 kWh battery, the rear-wheel drive SE long range jumps to an impressive 361 miles, beating all likely competitors. The Tesla Model 3 long range is closest at an EPA estimated 358. With 20-inch wheels, range for the IONIQ 6 SEL and limited rear-wheel drive trims drops to 305 miles. With all-wheel drive, range falls to 316 miles for the SE long range and to 270 miles for the SEL and limited. The EPA rates energy efficiency for the SE standard range at the equivalent of 135 mpg in combined city and highway driving. The SE long range with rear-wheel drive gets a 140 mpg equivalent rating, dropping to 121 mpg for the all-wheel drive version. The rear drive SEL and limited are rated at 117 mpg, while the all-wheel drive versions drop to 103 mpg. The rear-wheel drive SE long range has the highest efficiency rating in its segment. The efficiency average for the entire IONIQ 6 lineup 123.2 mpg is tops, beating the Model 3 average of 122 mpg, the Polestar 2's 103.5 mpg, the Ford Mustang Mach E's 95.5, and the BMW i4 lineup's average of 94.5 mpg. Like other members of the Hyundai Motor Group's new EV lineup, the IONIQ 6 gets a dual-voltage charging system that can handle DC fast charging at stations rated at up to 350 kilowatts. That will bring a depleted battery from 10 to 80% capacity in a class-leading 18 minutes. Next quickest is the Model 3, at 20 minutes. The segment average at each vehicle's maximum charging speed is 30 minutes. For home and workplace charging on 240-volt, Level 2 equipment, the IONIQ 6 is on par with the competition, offering an 11 kilowatts charging speed for an easy overnight recharge of a depleted battery in under 9 hours. The segment range is 8 to 11 hours. Interior. The 2024 Hyundai IONIQ 6 interior is at once familiar and unusual. It shares its twin 12.3-inch screens and centrally located audio and climate system control panel with the IONIQ 5. But moves window switches to the center console and side mirror controls to the lower left portion of the dash. Those changes take some getting used to, and the mirror controls especially can be difficult to find and manipulate while driving. The wing-shaped dash is divided into upper and lower panels and highlighted with an LED strip that displays any of 64 colors. Patterned LED lighting in any two of those colors is projected onto the curved door panels for an unusual accent that's hard to see in bright light but quite impressive in the dark. Most surfaces are nicely done, but some hard plastic bits are out of place in a car that starts in the $40,000s. As is typical of EVs, the IONIQ 6 uses sustainable and repurposed material inside and out, including recycled pigments in the paint and recycled PET plastic in the upholstery, a bioplastic fabric on the dash and headliner, and carpet material derived from recycled fishing nets. Seats are comfortable, firm, and supported, and little road or wind noise makes its way into the cabin. The front passenger seat in the two lower trims is manually adjustable. Legroom, front and rear, is best of the pack, and large door openings make for easy entry and exit. The IONIQ 6's swooping aerodynamic shape means the rear roofline curves sharply, though, and that tightens up access to the rear seats. The downward sloping roof can make front headroom a little tight for taller passengers, but the IONIQ 6 SE and SEL trims have more rear headroom than any of the competition. Only the Ford Mustang Mach E comes close. The limited trim's glass roof and integral sunshade lower the ceiling by almost 2 inches, but the top trim still has almost half an inch more rear headroom than the Tesla Model 3. There's spacious storage in the center console, with a covered cubby up top and an open bin beneath the console's bridge. That bridge is home to the window switches and cup holders. While interior storage is good, the IONIQ 6 trunk has just 11.2 cubic feet of room and a narrow opening that makes loading wide objects, such as strollers, a bit awkward. Among competitors, only the BMW i4 has less cargo space, with just 10 cubic feet. The Mach E leads the group with a hefty 29 cubic feet, followed by the Tesla Model 3 at 19.8 cubic feet. The hatchback Polestar 2, while a much smaller vehicle, is in third place with 16 cubic feet. The IONIQ 6 has a shallow storage tray, or frunk, under the hood, but its 1.5 cubic foot capacity is no match for the Mach E's 4.7 cubic feet or the Model 3's 3.7 cubes. The Polestar has just a 1.2 cubic foot compartment, and the i4 doesn't have a frunk at all. Infotainment and connectivity. The 2024 Hyundai IONIQ 6 uses the same pair of 12.3-inch, horizontally mounted digital screens as the IONIQ 5. One is for driver information, the other for the infotainment system. Neither is hooded, but glare isn't a problem, even in the glass-roofed limited trim. The adjustable steering wheel, however, blocks part of the driver info screen unless set at a higher level than most drivers will like. Voice recognition is standard on all trims and controls a plethora of vehicle settings and infotainment features. The system is finicky and can't link voice commands together, but the screen menus are laid out nicely and are easy to use. It's a good system, but others are better. One drawback is that there's no Wi-Fi hotspot. Another is that Apple CarPlay and Android Auto require a wired connection. But at least they are included, along with Hyundai's BlueLink connected car and remote charging access. There are 3 USB ports in front, 1 Type-A, 2 Type-C and a pair of USB-C ports in the rear seat. The standard 6-speaker audio system is the only choice for the SE and SEL trims. You must step up to the limited model to get the premium 8-speaker Bose system. Safety. As a new model, the 2024 Hyundai IONIQ 6 hasn't been crash tested yet by either the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration (NHTSA) or the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety (IIHS). We expect it will do well when tested. The IONIQ 5, which has many of the same basic safety structures, received the highest IIHS rating of Top Safety Pick Plus in 2022. Acing all of the Institute's crash tests as well as its evaluation of crash avoidance and mitigation systems. The all-wheel drive IONIQ 5 also received NHTSA's top 5-star crash safety rating for 2023. The rear-wheel drive 2023 IONIQ 5 didn't receive an overall rating but scored 4 stars in frontal crash safety and 5 stars in side crash safety. All 2024 IONIQ 6 trims get an active safety and driver assist systems package that includes blind spot warning, lane keeping assist, lane following assist, rear cross traffic warning with collision avoidance braking, rear collision warning and avoidance with pedestrian and cyclist detection. Also standard is Hyundai's Highway Drive Assist, a limited level 2.5 autonomous driving system that requires the driver's hands to be on the wheel and works only on highways with clear lane markings. SE trims use the 1.0 version, and others get the new Highway Drive Assist too. It includes automated lane changing when the turn indicator is activated and uses artificial intelligence to modify cruise control performance over time to match the driver's style. SEL and limited trims add collision avoidance steering assist to the blind spot warning system, and their forward collision avoidance system adds the ability to recognize and automatically brake for oncoming traffic while making left turns. Exclusive to the limited trim are a surround view camera and monitor system, a blind spot monitor that activates with the turn signals, and a 360-degree parking collision avoidance system with braking assist. Hyundai IONIQ 6 versus the competition. The 2024 Hyundai IONIQ 6 electric sedan doesn't have an absolutely direct competitor. The Ford Mustang Mach E is closest in size but is a crossover rather than a sedan. Other EV sedans are either smaller or much larger, and all except the Tesla Model 3 are more expensive. The IONIQ 6 leads the pack in range and efficiency, but has the least power and the most mainstream sprightly, not sporty handling characteristics. The Mach E, Polestar 2, and Model 3 all have more cargo capacity, but the IONIQ 6 has the roomiest, quietest, and most comfortable cabin. Its infotainment system, however, is below par. The upcoming Volkswagen ID.7 electric sedan, formerly the ID Aero, looks to be about the same size and likely will compete with the IONIQ 6 in price, power, and range. But it isn't expected in the US market until 2024. Hyundai IONIQ 6 vs Ford Mustang Mach E. Hyundai IONIQ 6 vs Polestar 2. Hyundai IONIQ 6 vs Tesla Model 3. TrueCar Expert Review Methodology. TrueCar works with a select group of automotive industry experts who test drive nearly 300 vehicles per year. TrueCar's experts grade the vehicles on key attributes including driving dynamics, comfort, interior design, technology, storage, and efficiency. Our experts also judge recent model updates, pricing and value, trims, options, comparable vehicles, and safety assessments as provided by the NHTSA and IIHS to inform their recommendations and help car shoppers choose a vehicle that is right for them. TrueCar also ranks the best vehicles in each category based on a data-driven methodology. Each vehicle is carefully scored using our in-house rating system, which systematically evaluates every car, SUV, truck, and van. Utilizing ALJ industry research, consumer surveys, a team of data scientists and vehicle experts, TrueCar provides a unique and useful outlook to help you find the best vehicle for your driving needs.